So today we are going to learn about the rock cycle. The rock cycle is simply a process that gradually changes rocks from one kind to another. The rock cycle isn't a cycle in which there is a specific order of how the rocks will change. We will see some examples of that when we learn more about what types of rocks there are. So, how do you think a rock forms? Where does a rock come from? You can pause the video to think about that a little bit. So, a rock is either formed from magma or lava, but what's the difference between the two? So, the difference between magma and lava is that magma is molten rock under the surface of the crust, and lava is melted rock that has reached the surface of the crust. Similarly, magma produces intrusive rock, which is rock that hardens from magma under the Earth's surface, and lava forms extrusive rock, which hardens on the Earth's surface. Both intrusive and extrusive rocks are igneous rocks, rocks that are formed from magma or lava. Igneous comes from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Even though intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks are both igneous rocks and have similar compositions, they can have many differences in their texture and structure. Most intrusive rocks have a very coarse-grained texture and are made up of large crystals, and extrusive rocks tend to have a very smooth texture and are made up of very tiny crystals. For example, obsidian is an extrusive rock that has a very smooth and shiny texture, but pegmatite, an intrusive rock, has very large crystals and a very grainy texture. So, this is where it starts to get a bit confusing. What kind of rock will an igneous rock turn into? Pause the video to think about it. So, many things can happen to an igneous rock. It could break down into sediment, which will compress together to form sedimentary rock. It could also get squeezed together into metamorphic rock. It could even get melted back into magma or lava. Therefore, you can never be too certain about what will occur to an igneous rock, unless you know of some things about a rock's state or location that might lead it to turn into a specific type of rock. To understand this better, let's talk about different types of rocks. So, first of all, igneous rocks can break down into sediment from erosion. Sediment is rock that has been broken down into tiny particles. These particles then get lifted by the wind and pile up in layers. Gradually, these layers form sedimentary rock. In order for the sediment to be compressed together into sedimentary rock, a series of events need to occur. First, the particles need to be deposited into a place where it will build up gradually. This step of the process is called deposition. Next, the more particles there are that accumulate in layers above one another, the more pressure there is to the layers and particles underneath. Because of this, the particles get closer together. This is called compaction. Lastly, the particles get glued together by dissolved mineral substances to form sedimentary rock, and that last step of the process is called cementation. From there, sedimentary rocks can turn back into sediment from erosion, melt into magma or lava, or get squeezed into metamorphic rock. When sedimentary rock gets compressed together by heat or pressure, it turns into metamorphic rock. This could happen if sedimentary rock gets pushed deep into the mantle by a collision. The heat and pressure could cause the sedimentary rock to change to a metamorphic rock. So this is metamorphic rock. So metamorphic rock can erode back into sediment, or it could melt into magma or lava, and the rock cycle starts over again and repeats over and over for many, many years. The end. Thanks for watching.